Drugstore makeup really didn't appeal to me, to be honest, but every single makeup product in front of me can compete with high end and luxury beauty. Hey, beauties. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Angela Denise, and I love makeup. And in 2025, I discovered some amazing drugstore and affordable makeup products that I wanted to share with you today. My main focus was always high end and luxury beauty. But in 2025, things in my life have changed, and I want to see what's available for me and to people who watch my channel that are affordable and still high quality. So I have been pretty much on a journey to find the best of the best makeup products that I feel are comparable to what I can get at Sephora. Mm-mm. So in the order of application, let's talk about primer. I tried a couple of primers from the drugstore, but this one really stands out. This is the Maybelline Grippy Serum Primer. It's formulated with 2% niacinamide, and it's basically that milk makeup, the milk grip hydro grip primer. It gives you that super tacky base. It's formulated with good for you ingredients. It's going to make your makeup lay on smoother and over time improve the texture of your skin. This If you swapped out my Milk Makeup Grippy Primer and this one, I couldn't tell the difference, to be honest with you. The Grippy Serum Primer doesn't do much for controlling oil, but it does make your makeup last. When it comes to foundations, affordable and drugstore makeup can really be lacking in the shade range department. And I have noticed a few brands in particular have been putting in a little bit more work to try to improve this. And Maybelline really knocked it out of the park. This is the Maybelline Lumi Matte Foundation. I have two shades here in my collection. I have the shade 340, which is a warm undertone, and 350, which is a neutral undertone. I really love that Maybelline came out with 350 shade because a lot of the warm foundations at the drugstore can kind of seem to lean a bit orange. Now, my undertone is more or less neutral golden, so the shade 350 really does work perfectly for me. Now, if I get a little bit more bronzy, a little bit more tan in the summertime, I love to mix in the shade 340. So 350 is a definite win. That is always one of my issues with drugstore foundations is the shade ranges. More than likely, I'm going to have to purchase more than one foundation, especially if I love the formula, which does not happen often for me at the drugstore. When you underpaint like this, you actually end up using so much less foundation. But I'm really looking forward to 2026 and trying out more drugstore products. If you all have any Holy Grail drugstore complexion products, foundations, concealers, and powders, please leave them down in the comment section because I would love to be able to check those out next year. Okay, what's next? Let's talk about these blush sticks. This is from Sacheu Beauty. I hope that that's how you pronounce the name. I actually have 3 of her blush sticks and then 1 contour stick. This is a contour stain, and this is the cheek stain blush sticks. These are a liquid blush formula. I really love the formula on these liquid products from Sacheu Beauty because they play well with all skin types. I believe that anyone with extremely oily skin to dry skin can wear these. They blend in beautifully on the skin. The contour shade, this is my newest product that I've tried out from Sacheu Beauty. I actually love everything that I've tried out for them except for their most viral product, which are those peel off lip stains. I don't have time for all that. If I put something on during my makeup application, unless it's an eye mask or eye patch, I'm not taking it off. So I don't have time for peeling stuff off. I'm not really with all that. But I digress. The contour stain is a new love from Sacheu Beauty for me. I've been playing around with it over the last month, and I really do love this. Now, one of the drawbacks to Sacheu Beauty, which actually is what this is a format that the brand uses in general for their products. It's like a stick form. So they have these little sponges here on the end, which I really don't like, but the product inside is so, so good. So if you haven't checked out Sacheu Beauty, they are available at Ulta, and I am wearing today. I'm wearing the shade I'm Flirty. It's so pretty. And I'm using the contour stick today for my contour. It is the shade Giving Edge. Everything is going to be linked down for you if you're interested in anything that I'm talking about in today's video or any of the makeup that's on my face. I'm going to have the links down in the description bar, and you'll also see product links popping up on the screen as we move through this video. So that's just an FYI if you're interested in shopping. Let's do eyes. When it comes to eyeshadow, Juvia's Place gets it right, especially for people of color, because they have depth. They have highly pigmented eyeshadows at a very affordable price. And I really, really, really do love Juvia's Place eyeshadow. This year, I would say maybe 4 or 5 months ago now, they came out with, or they extended their shade range on their liquid blushes, but they came out with their first, I believe, um, eyeshadow sticks, and they released them in both a metallic formula and a matte formula. Now, I honestly really don't like the metallic formula. I have one here, Casablanca. I mean, it's okay, but it's a very dry formula, so it just makes it hard to blend out. So it's just really not my favorite at all from Juvia's Place. But their creamy eyeshadow sticks, which is what I'm wearing on my eyes today, I love for a one and done, super, even in your car, makeup on the go type of situation. You could just use any type of brush that you may have with you, a small setting brush that you're already using in your makeup bag. Ooh, or a dedicated stiff. I prefer synthetic with blending out creams. Eyeshadow brush. This formula is really nice. It's very buttery and pigmented, and you have a little bit of wiggle room in regards to blending it out if you are a beginner. So you have time to work with the product. I love that you can do a quick one and done eyeshadow and they don't budge. So been loving those eyeshadow sticks, and those are the eyeshadow sticks that I've been reaching for a matte formula. There are some other brands that I've been reaching for more metallic formula, but we'll talk about that in another video. I think that I have tried out more mascaras in 2025 than I ever tried out before on my channel. Either Drugstore has stepped up their game tremendously, or I've just been missing out this whole time. Like, it's been good this whole time. There have been some really good makeup products coming out of the Drugstore, products that I will reach to over my luxury and high-end beauty products. So yeah, this Revolution Beauty Wrap Lash Mega Extension and Tubing Volume Mascara, I have it in the shade Black and Brown. This is a good for you formulation, which meaning that it's formulated with ingredients that'll help grow your lashes, especially if it's something that you use every single day. And that's one of the reasons why it's on the higher end of price tag when it comes to drugstore mascaras at $12, I want to say. But honey, I really do feel like it is absolutely worth it. It makes me look like I actually have something to work with, and you know, that's without curling them or maybe even using a primer. If I use the primer and curl my lashes, yeah, I mean, it's going to be really nice. It's going to be a really nice situation. Revolution Beauty is like my number 2 mascara for 2025 over everything else that I've tried. There's a luxury one holding my number 1 spot though, but that's going to be in my Sephora video. I have been in the drugstore when it comes to brows. If you have been around for a while, you know I am a Benefit brow girl. I use the Benefit pencil and the brow gel, and I even use the pen, although that's not my favorite brow pen. Anyway, the Maybelline Super Lock Tinted Brow Glue. I have it in a deep brown and a medium brown. And depending on what kind of makeup look I'm going for, just what look that I'm going for in general for a night out, then I would use deep brown. But if it's more like an everyday makeup kind of a day, then I would use medium brown in my brows. Today, I use deep brown. And I love it. This is my favorite brow glue above all of the high-end brow glues that I use. And this is another makeup category where behind the scenes in 2025, I have tried out a number. Actually, the drugstore to me is winning for me when it comes to brow glue in regards to the items that I've tried out here recently. Let's talk about powders. I am a powder queen. I love a good powder. I'm a powder snob. And so the formula has to be correct. And About Face this was early in the year. I would say maybe towards like January, February 2025 that these came out. I started testing them out around May. I picked up the shades Veil and Partition. I also wanted to mention that, pretty much everything that I've been trying and testing out on my channel has been spent with my own coin because I just came back to YouTube. But in Jesus' name, I'll be on PR lists very soon. But yeah, using the shade Veil up under the eyes and Partition. This is a formula that I love for both under the eye setting and all over the face setting. Not all setting powders look good both under the eye and all over the face. And this one does. And today I use Partition all over the face to set. And then I use Veil on the outer portions of the eye because on the inner part of my eye, I've been using my Holy Grail. Wow. Wow. I have a Holy Grail product that is from the drugstore. And this is significant because I'm bougie, notoriously bougie, but these drugstore products have really been taking the cake. The L'Oreal Infallible Blur-Fection setting powders. L'Oreal did that. Okay. The L'Oreal powder did that. Under the eyes right now is the translucent in the inner portion of the eye because I've been liking a highlighted inner corner of my eye in this season of life that I'm in. But yeah, the L'Oreal is what's going to do that for me. Well, is it better than the Sephora collection blurred setting powder? And I have an answer for you. And it was not even supposed to be in today's video, but we're going to go ahead and talk about it. I'm working on my storage, y'all. Let me know if you all want a video of me showing you my storage and how I have things set up here. My two number one powders for me this year are affordable. The L'Oreal Blur-Fection loose powders and the Sephora collection Blur It loose powder. The difference for me is I don't necessarily like the L'Oreal Infallible powders. Is it Infallible? Infallible Blur-Fection powders all over my face because it does give you that brightened effect. And I do have it in, which one is this? Translucent Deep. But I find that it makes my foundation look a little darker. So I don't like it for my face. Under the eye, perfection. Sephora collection blurred loose powder is perfection, in my humble opinion. You cannot get a better loose powder for setting that face at this price point. And if you can, please inform me because I need to try it. That's my tea on powders. Now back to our regular scheduled program. We got some lippies. I got a lip stain. I got some lip liners and a lip gloss, which we'll do that first. That's what I have on right now. And I need to touch up. These are the L'Oreal Plump Ambition Hyaluronic Lip Oils. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say that this is a dupe for the YSL lip oils that I love. These are plumping. They're going to have that tingly action. Here are the shades that I have in my collection. I have 4. I tend to buy multiples of something that I really enjoy. My 2 favorite shades would have to be the one that I just put on. Shades 650, which is a nude, and then 510, chocolate cocoa brown, but it's very sheer. These have a high degree of reflect. They feel absolutely beautiful on the lips. They feel very nice, very weightless, and the best part, they're not sticky at all. I'm getting some plumping action. It's a very smooth, buttery formula, and yeah, this one is top tier. There's another one at the drugstore that I really, really like, but I'm going to save that for another video, okay? These are my favorite because I like plump. I love for my lips to look full, and so these help in that mission. Okay, a lip stain. This is my very first time trying out lip stains. I didn't really know what to expect. This is something that I never would have tried out, but living little, being a little bit more open-minded, and I'm going to try everything. My husband probably wouldn't like to hear me say that, but I am very interested in trying new things, doing new things, and just having new experiences, trying products that I never would have tried before. Like I used to just stick to what I know. And that's old Angela. That's not part of my new Angela. Anyways, the NYX professional makeup lingerie lip lingerie lip stains. I have Up to No Good and Steamy Spice here in front of me. I want to say I have 3 or 4 of these here in my collection. I hauled these back in an Ulta haul a few months back when they first were released. And of course, you can just use a regular lip liner, but part of being a girl is these things, okay? And this is fun. Why not have the option to have a lip stain to where you could use this, which is what I used today. I used Up to No Good. I lined my lips and it literally stains. So like when my gloss wears off, it's just going to look like a subtle contour to my lips. So you can still look put together, even though the gloss, the shine, the pizzazz, it's gone. I mean, it's great to have that option, and it is very long wearing. And Up to No Good and Steamy Spice, those are going to be like your MAC espresso and your MAC cork. Those are going to be your brown girls brown stained lip liners, and they're affordable. So you know it's just, I'm amazed. I am literally amazed. Last but not least is a misunderstood product, in my opinion, based on the reviews that I've seen on ultabeauty.com. The Juvia's Place lip liners, the new ones that they came out with, are really nice. And I honestly love them. I mean, why would I purchase one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 of them in my collection? I love the formula. Just like most things with Juvia's Place, they are pigmented. They are pigmented and they have the colors, okay? They have the different shades that I need to use that's other than brown, that one brown that we can get from any other brand. Anyway, they just have the different shades. I think that what's off-putting about these lip liners for people is that they are soft pressed. If you ever use like an eye kohl, which I've been on real hard these days, an eye kohl is not like a regular eyeliner. It's soft. And this is how those are. They're not as soft as an eye kohl, but they're softly pressed. This is one of my favorite colors right here in this lip liner formula. It's just a beautiful formula if you just, you know, take a moment to try to learn how to work with the formula. This is a shade Mocktail. I love this one. I paired this with a recent lip combo in my red lipstick video. I paired 864 from Dior Matte Velvet with this lip liner. It's kind of like a brown base plummy type of a red, and I love pairing this when I want a plum lip type of a situation. The Dior 964 was described as a plum red, and I immediately thought about this lip liner. I love pairing this lip liner also with my Fenty Beauty Fussy. Beautiful, a beautiful berry lip combo. Now for my day-to-day, where's she at? This is going to be giving, it's not exactly the same, but it's going to be giving you more or less that Cork by MAC. This is your everyday mid-tone brown, and I love it because it's not like that red base on the brown. This is the kind of brown that you could pair with if you have a mauve lip, nude lip, red lip, any kind of lip. This is the kind of brown that you can pair with it because it's not that red undertone. Now, don't get me wrong. You can pair a red lip liner with anything that you want. It just may not do exactly what you think you're doing. Um, Listen. Okay. And then like for like a deep brown, that contour, like kind of giving what I got right now, kind of an outlined lip, more intense. This is Coffee Bean. And this one is going to be your neutral deep brown. So you have red browns and you have neutral browns. I'm always on a hunt for a neutral brown. Now, let me show you one that's a red brown and what I mean by that. Yeah, that's pretty. It's just that all the time you may not be going for that. This is Cola. These are just some of the browns. You just never know how many ways you can do a brown. And Juvia's Place has done 3 of them right here. And there's more. Like, I could keep going, but I'm not going to keep going because I have a short swatching all of the lip liners that I have from Juvia's Place. But these are beautiful and I love them. I love them. That's why they're on this list. It's been the lip liner that I've honestly been obsessed with. This is like my number 2 lip liner. The number 1 lip liner is from the high-end or luxury vein. And you're going to have to watch that video in order to see what that is. And if you like these types of videos, you can check out this playlist and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.